Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim speaking on Thursday, the 23rd of February. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, yesterday afternoon we saw a bit of a rally coming through. It's slow, so yesterday afternoon it started in the morning session really, and it really kicked in through the afternoon there. Running back into the 4-hourly 21, it's now put in a bit of a oddish pattern, which could be read either way really. It's put a lower high in effectively, taking through the daily pivot, but the question really now is whether it's going to go back up, break those highs that we've just put in and run up towards back towards the 200, recover a little bit more, or sell off. Part of the reason what's going around the markets here is the interest rate decisions in the US. Whilst it's expected that there's a much higher percentage of interest rates being increased in May now, the problem is they don't have a meeting, or sorry, I say a meeting that Yellen wouldn't be addressing the press afterwards. So the press conference is not held, and they've never had a interest rate decision where there's no press conference. So there's this real mixed thing going around the markets at the moment anyway. So that is why the US is softening a little bit, whilst the percentage seems higher. The fact that there's no press conference and possibly they can't call one, I don't know. But anyway, a little bit of softening of the US dollar. Right, so looking at the pound dollar then, and well, it's still in such a chop that it becomes very difficult for me to do anything with, so I won't. Simple as that. There's no clear pattern here whatsoever over the last, God knows, 10 hours or so, 12 more hours. Started off moving yesterday. Perhaps if it starts a proper break of something, then, and God knows what the something is at the moment. I'm looking at the sort of lower end here, but there's no clear direction. I mean, from where we sit, there's a daily pivot above us, which has got a possibility, and maybe if it breaks through to 21, and there's a sort of a trend line running across here, but there's no real gains to be made from it. Need to see more than that. Or if it breaks the lows here, then I'm really looking down towards yesterday's lows, the S1 area, monthly pivot again. But it really is so choppy and best avoided at times. So dollar yen. So dollar yen, it's not giving me much nicer view really here. It's in a bit of a wedge pattern on the 4 hourlies, from dailies to the 4 hourlies, and certainly again here there's possibly a route to the south side. It's hit the daily pivot. If it does start selling off again, yeah, I mean yesterday it was selling off right the way through to early afternoon, put the divergence in and turned tail, and it's whether it will do a similar sort of thing at the moment, but start selling off in the morning. But at the moment it's a very indecisive market there on that pattern. Aussie dollar, well, news wasn't brilliant through the Asian session, but it's bounced back, and again it looks like probably one of the stronger pairs, and to me it's just still looking very choppy, and pretty much I don't like trading the Aussie dollar in the mornings anyway, and the patterns and what it's got there at the moment, it's not for me, although it's certainly got the potential, looking for this, of possibly a push up back towards yesterday's highs, the R1, but what a mess. Now, savior for yesterday morning, the Canadian dollar. It got overbought yesterday on the news. It gave us a great spike with the news there and pushed up nicely. Gave us our targets from a trade that we took yesterday, a rare Canadian trade in the mornings for me. But it was the cleanest and easiest one to trade yesterday, post sort of 8 o'clock time. And it did what it said on the tin, really. It's one of those that's set up, and it may even be one that I trade today. I'm looking at it, but looking at the other side of the market this morning, at the moment, looking with this lower high that's confirmed in here and this price action that we're seeing, possible breakdown towards yesterday's lows, S1 area, maybe more down to that hourly 200. Looking at yeah, just to go back, look at the bigger picture, just checking a couple of things there. It's had a bit of a bounce off the 200 there. Let's just quick look at oil. Oil's stabilized. It's not really going too far. It helped the case yesterday on the sell-off there through to the afternoon. It's having a bit of a bounce at the moment, which should strengthen the Canadian dollar if it can hold up, but not totally convinced on that. So when I say strengthen the Canadian dollar, that will bring it lower. Right. Okay. At this stage, it's almost my favourite, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, but oddly, is the Canadian dollar. Or potentially, if the euro starts kicking above those prior trend line across the prior highs there, I may look at the long side. But it really is. I mean, put some divergences on in the hourly time frame and all sorts of things in this move through yesterday. And well, maybe it wants to push on up higher. It's sending us a bit of a signal in the moment, in the short term at least. That's it for me. Have a good day. Bye for now.